All right, welcome to the nice lesson. It's quartiles and interquartile range. What we're looking at is breaking up the information into a visual where we can look at the variance and how spread out the information is. So the whole unit target is interpreting the measure of variation. So before we were finding the middle, now we're seeing how spread out the material is. Okay, so our first step here, what I'd like you to do is find the exact middle. So here it says find and mark the median on the table. It is the 50th percentile. So this median is cutting everything in half. The data is now partitioned into upper half and lower half. So pause your video now and see if you can find where the middle is. Okay, so if you took your time to find it, you'll find the median sits right here, right in between those two 20s. We had two numbers in our median. And so our median is 20 plus 20, which is 40, divided by 2, which is 20 is our median. And so what we have here is half, that's why it's 50th percentile, of the information of the data is on this side, and half is on this side. There's the same number of partygoers on the left, and there's the same number of partygoers on the right. Okay. So here it marks where the 50th percentile is. The lower half of the data, excluding the median. So this is the lower half of the data right here, but it does not include the median. Remember, the median's in between these two 20s. And there's the upper half right here. Remember, right here, if you have an even number of values, you find the average of the two middles, like we did. Okay. Okay, so the next part is we need to find the lower half median and the upper half median. So in the lower half median, it's marked at 10.5, and the reason is there's our lower half numbers. So we're finding the middle of those lower half numbers. And there's 10 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway is in between. These two are our medians. We have 4 numbers on the left, 4 on the right. We realize, oh, we have 2 medians. Add them up. You get 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. So that's our median. So with 10.5 being our median, that means we have 5 numbers on this side of the median, 5 numbers on this side of the median. And so we have the same number of values in every part. What I'd like you to do right now is on this upper half, pause your video and find the median of the upper half and find where that's at. Okay, so here, if you're looking and you found the median of this upper half, we have 1, 2, so starting at this 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers there. It sits right in between 28 and 30. Halfway in between 20 and 30 is 29. Or if you add the two up, you get 58 divided by 2 is 29. Okay, so each of these parts, the big idea, what we want you to notice and what's on your test is of these 20 that we've broken up into these 4 partitions, how many partygoers are in each piece? And each of these pieces is called a quartile. Okay, so here's a piece right here. This separates another piece right here, and this separates another piece right here. And what we want you to notice, in each quartile, there are the same number of partygoers in every quartile. There are 5 here, there are 5 here, there are 5 here, and there are 5 here. Okay. What we're doing is we're separating it up evenly. Okay, so the first quartile is 25% mark. We call this quartile 1. So we'll represent it with a Q1. Okay. The second quartile, which is the median, we call quartile 2. And the third quartile we call quartile 3. Okay. Now you'll see these percentage numbers next to it. It's broken up into 4 pieces in 4 quarters. So I want you to think quarters when we think these percents. This first quartile from here to here holds 25% of the partygoers. So that first quartile right there. If we extend it and we go from here to the second quartile, that's half of our partygoers. So 50% of all the partygoers are in between here and here. If we go out and keep going to quartile 3, that's another 25%. From here to here, that's 75% of our information. And if we do all 4 parts from the beginning to the end, that's all of our information. That's 100%. Okay. Okay. Now, where is this last part is locating the minimum and the maximum. And that's the easiest part of it all. The minimum is our smallest number of the data set. The maximum is our largest part of the data set, 7 and 42. So 7 again is our minimum and our greatest value. 42 is our maximum. Okay. Now you got what you known as your 5-number summary of data. Our minimum, 7. Our maximum, 42. Quartile 1 we found was 10.5, 10.5 at the 25th percentile. The 50th percentile we found was 20. And quarter 3 we found was 29. And this is your 5-number summary of data. That is our first big step of finding this on figuring out the variance, is figuring out our 5-number summary of the data. Okay, so here's one, the median, or quartile 2. Oh, what did I do? The median or quartile 2 of this data set tells us half of the partygoers are age 20 or younger. The other half is 20 or older. What does each of the following values tell us about the age of the partygoers? Okay. So we have this cutoff right here, and we can expect that half of that age right there, all of these from this 50th percentile have to be younger than the median, and all of these are going to be older than the median. Now, we can get an idea, we can look at the numbers, but until we make our visual, which is the next lesson, until we make our visual, do we really get to see how this number is spread out? But I want you to see that. Here's what I also want you to notice is, again, 25% of the partygoers are in this piece, another 25% are in this piece, another 25% are in this piece, and another 25% are in this piece. It always happens that way. That if you pick 2 pieces, you'll get 50% of the data. Even if you pick from here to here, that's 50% of the data. Okay. Now I want you to go and I want you to try to find the 5-number set of this data. And remember, from our last lesson, we can simply mark down the numbers. They're 6, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 12. So the first step is find the median or quartile 2. Actually, the easiest step is figuring out the maximum and the minimum. Give that a shot. Okay. Let's find quartile 1. And pause your video and try to find quartile 2. Okay, and it's that simple. Hopefully this helped.